They announced it, and I have all the details right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. Alright, now in this video, I want to share with you the details of an announcement they made totaling $108.47 billion and what this means going forward, as it does answer a bunch of our questions, so let's get right into it. However, really quickly before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you every single day, right by your side, no matter what, bringing you the latest updates, as that is my promise to you and everybody right here in the community. Also, make sure to check out the link down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. I'll have a pinned comment there as well for your 14-day free trial, exclusively to those of you right here in the community from our sponsor right here on the channel, so they can go to work immediately protecting your personal information online. I signed up a couple weeks ago, and I could not believe how much of my personal information they found for me that was leaked on the dark web. Again, I signed up with that link down below for a 14-day free trial. I liked what I was seeing, so I signed up on that thing. But again, you can check out that 14-day free trial with the links down below. It's completely free to do so. If you don't like it during that time, just cancel it. Not a big deal, which is exactly why they give you that 14 days to try them out. And again, you will be shocked to see how much they find for you. Once you sign up on there, they will give you a long list of all the places your personal information has been exposed. And again, it's kind of surprising to see where all of your information is out there. And again, exactly why they give you that trial, the 14 days. So again, check out the link down below. Totally free to do so. And if you don't like it, like I said, just go ahead and cancel it. Literally doesn't matter at all. All right, anyway, let's get into it and talk about the details of this report. And again, the announcement that I do want to share with you here in this video, because we got some big numbers. And again, this is answering a big question that we've been wondering for a very long time now, several months. And as of the last few days here, we got a lot more details about this, and they're now pushing out the timeline on this thing a little bit. Not a whole lot. But again, let me walk you through all the numbers of this. So remember, just a few days ago, we had April 18th. What was that? It was tax day. Oh yeah, tax day. Remember that one? Yeah, well, let me tell you about the details of this, because this is answering a bunch of questions that we all want to know right now, especially for the low-income, fixed-income beneficiaries, those of you that receive benefits from the Social Security Administration, any of the 70 million beneficiaries. You're probably wondering about this. Let me break down all the details of this. So, remember, about two and a half months or so ago, give or take a little bit, the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, was out saying that the Treasury was taking extraordinary measures to avoid a default here in this country, and they were sitting on $358 billion in their accounts, right? So in the Treasury, they had $358 billion. That was about two and a half months ago or so, give or take a little bit. Well, as of the day before tax day, as in April 17th, that $358 billion had been whittled down to $144 billion. So over $200 billion, actually $214 billion is how much they spent basically over the course of 2 months' time. So they only had about another month to go or so until we could potentially be running completely out of cash here in this country and potentially defaulting on the debt, which is why Janet Yellen said we have until about early June. Well, get this, tax day, April 18th, rolled in $108.47 billion in tax revenue. So they got a lot of money. Could you imagine a payday of $108.47 billion? That'd be a pretty fun time, right? I mean, let's be real for a second. That'd be pretty fun for a lot of us, right? But unfortunately, that is not our reality, but that is the reality of the Treasury, thanks to the IRS collecting all that tax revenue. So as a result of that, that $144 billion that the Treasury was sitting on has now been boosted up by $108.47 billion, up to $252.5 billion is now how much the Treasury has in its possession at this time to continue paying all the bills for the United States. Now, here's the thing. This actually came in lower than they suspected. In fact, a lot of the analysts out there that were talking about this were suggesting if the Treasury gets anything less than $150 billion, it's not going to be that great of a situation. Well, you can clearly see they got about $42 billion less than what the analysts were suggesting would be an actual good amount of money to bring in. So As a result of this, the Treasury now has that $252.5 billion that they're sitting on to continue paying all the bills. Now again, leading up to tax day, I was out with a separate video saying it's all going to be about April 18th and tax day and how much money is brought in through tax revenues, because that's going to show us how much more time we have, as in how much longer the runway is between now and when the potential default happens in this country, because Congress may not come together on a debt ceiling deal. Now again, I was just out the other day as well talking about the latest details and the proposals that have hit the table in regards to the debt ceiling, what they're proposing as far as lifting it, suspending it, pushing it out, all kinds of different things like this. So as a result of this right now, again, we have a little bit more time on this, but here's what it's looking like. As a result of the $108.47 billion that they brought in through tax revenues on April 18th, they're suspecting this is going to push out the potential insolvency date sometime until possibly mid to late July, possibly, if they're lucky, maybe early August. So my point is, remember the early June date that we heard from Janet Yellen say 2.5 months or so ago, and it's been still floating around out there? It looks like, based on this tax revenue that they got, the $108.47 billion payday that the Treasury got, nice, not bad. Again, we can all dream, right? Again, I'm dreaming here as I talk, right? $108 billion payday. Sounds awesome. I love it. That'd be super cool, and I think all of us would have a super fun time, right? I can guarantee you that. Anyway, my point is, as a result of this, now that they have more money available to them, it looks like this potential default date, rather than being early June, has now been pushed out about 5 to 6 weeks, possibly out until about mid-July, possibly late July, and possibly early August. Now again, why do I keep saying possibly? Here's what's interesting about it. There's going to be more tax payments coming due in mid-July, okay? July 15th is another tax day, okay? This is not when people need to file their taxes, but this is when estimated tax payments are due. So basically what they're saying is, if we can get to July 15th, when these next tax payments are due for a lot of individuals out there, if we can get to this date, this will give us another little bump on tax revenues coming in, and that'll push it out probably until sometime in early August. But if this extra money, this $252.5 billion that the Treasury is currently sitting on, if this cannot even get them until mid-July, well, then we've got a major problem, okay? If we cannot keep all this money, this $252.5 billion, if this cannot get us until mid-July, when the next pile of cash rolls into the Treasury as a result of estimated taxes that are being collected at that time, if it does not get us to that point, well, then they're basically going to run out of cash before the next infusion comes in. Does that make sense? So basically what they're saying is, all we need is a little bit of time here. All we need is to get this until at least mid-July, when the next pile of cash rolls in through estimated tax payments, and then they're good to go for at least a few more weeks. So it all comes down to about, say mid-July at this time. We'll have to see how this $252 billion actually goes here, but this is what they have as of right now. But again, look at the spend on that, the cash burn. Let me break the numbers down again really quickly, because this is fascinating to me. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I like numbers, right? I'm fascinated by numbers. I like it. I have a calculator. I play with it all the time, okay? I'm constantly punching numbers on the calculator. Anyway, I think it's very interesting. But here's what's interesting. Let me break down these numbers really fast one more time here. Remember, about 2 months ago, Janet Yellen said $358 billion the Treasury had. As of about, a few days ago, up until April 17th, that 358 was whittled down to 144. That's $214 billion that they spent in 2 months. In other words, they're spending about $107 billion a month. It's crazy, right? So as a result of that, based on the $108 billion that they brought in as a result of tax revenues, that's perfectly in line with about mid-July, because right now Janet Yellen was indicating early June. So whatever early June means, like the first week of June, if we add another month on that, that basically puts us in about early to mid-July, basically around that time frame, right? So kind of interesting, but they're spending $107 billion a month. It's craziness. What are they doing? You know what I mean? Does anybody wonder, where does that money go? Right? Send some of it our way. You know what I mean? We're waiting. We'll take some of that. Hello. Do you want our routing numbers? Do you want our bank account numbers? What do you need, right? By the way, do not leave that information down below. I don't want that information. Obviously, I'm being a little bit sarcastic here, but my point is they're spending this much money on a monthly basis based on these numbers. So it's a lot of money, right? Anyway, this is kind of the announcement we've been waiting for, as well as how much money they were going to get from tax revenues here. Well, this number was just released here, and now we have the information as far as how much money the Treasury is sitting on. Well, I guess the real question is going to be, how fast can they spend it? Or can they maybe cut back a little bit and maybe try to save a little bit of that to push it out a little bit further into the future to maybe make sure that Congress comes together on a debt ceiling deal? We'll see. I don't know if they have that ability. Either way, I'll keep you posted. But this was an announcement I've been waiting for here to see how much the Treasury has, and now we know, right? Anyway, so they can reveal their bank balances. Let's not reveal ours. I guess it wouldn't be that big of a mystery. It's like, $5, $20, maybe $30, 26 cents. You know what I mean? It's not that much. I can tell you that much. A lot of zeros going on. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Again, please make sure to subscribe down below. Check out the links down below in the description and again at the top of the comment section. Again, from the sponsor here on the channel, or so they can go to work immediately protecting your personal information online. It's an exclusive 14-day free trial for those of you here in this community. Check it out. Again, you'll be shocked. Literally, you'll be shocked with how much they find for you during that 14 days when you sign up and they give you all the different lists and the pages of places your information is exposed. Again, surprising. I was completely shocked with it. Anyway, check out the links down below. Top of the comment section, there's a pinned comment there from me. Otherwise, in the comment section below as well. Otherwise, enjoy your day. Hope this one helps you. Again, as I get more information on anything going on right now, I will be right here breaking it all down for you to help you out in any way that I possibly can. So enjoy. Stay safe out there. Have a good one. Subscribe down below and catch you again later.